Hello and welcome to Brummywood, Yammywood, on location this week at the House of Screaming Death. Now we've come out to the Manor House here in West Bromwich to find out what it takes for a local film production company to put together a horror story containing not one, not two, not three, but 4 different tales. In this week's show we'll be meeting the cast and the crew, and we'll be popping in to see how rehearsals are going in one of the spookiest buildings in the West Midlands.
The location we're in now was one of the principal locations from the story that's filming at the moment, The Witch in the Mirror, which is the second story in the House of Screaming Death. As you can see, parts of it look like they've been abandoned for a while, but we had an extraordinarily intense sequence here involving witchcraft between a husband and wife battling it out over the wife trying to resurrect their baby who's recently been lost, which kickstarts the events that happened in the 1970s. And the necromancers, which you may have seen from the teaser trailers that we've been putting out. The footage was extraordinary. The actors, Sarah Gaines, Tom Loon, have been phenomenal. What we got from them, you couldn't ask for better. You don't see that sort of acting in Hollywood blockbusters, so we've been really, really blessed with tremendously good actors, fantastic crew, and if you look around, an absolutely exquisite location. The reverse side of the house now, the doorway over there will be utilised for part of a mob scene where one of the characters is going to be dragged away and treated rather brutally. I can't actually tell you what happens to him because it'll spoil things, but yeah, some nastiness ensues there. By the willow tree we're going to have tomorrow a marriage proposal and then a suicide by a broken-hearted Elizabethan lady who has been jilted by her devilishly caddish lover. It's really tragic. I'm making light of it, but it is really tragic.
Right then, Tom, tell us a bit about you and the character you're playing in the film.
Okay, well, my name's Tom Loon. I'm a local actor. I'm from Solihull, it's not too far from here. And in the House of Screaming Death, I'm playing a guy called Jonathan Proctor. And it's interesting, actually, because he's the first guy we meet. In the segment I'm in, it's straight away, and he's kind of in a point in his life. Him and his wife have just lost their child, so it's a really interesting character to play someone going through that stage of grief. It's a bit of a dream character, actually. It's really good.
And what about filming at a location like this?
Well, look at this. It's so. I remember actually, I got here. I came for my first ever rehearsal, and I was half an hour early because I wanted to make a good impression. So I came here and I was totally by myself for like a good 30 minutes. So I went for a walk around and it's so creepy. Like I heard like gates and like trees rustling and the wind was blowing. So luckily the shoot I did was in the day. I can't imagine what it's like filming at night. It's so scary.
Sorts of ghost stories.
I know, yeah. Apparently they were filming and they picked up like whispering on one of the takes. So yeah, so if we can just wrap this up,
we'll be gone
get out of here.
Sunday,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You're not shooting tonight, are you? You've got
no, I'm not. Yeah, I've done all my scenes. It's almost a shame, really, because I was saying before, every time I come here, because there's such a big cast, it's like an ensemble. There's so many great and talented people. I'm not one of them, definitely not. But like, there's so many great people, and it's almost a shame that I was only here for the day. Like, I'd love to work with everyone else. So, and every time I come here, there's just something new going on. So yeah. I'm happy because it was a great scene, it was a great character, but sad it's over.
There's a good vibe on set though, isn't there?
Yeah, everyone's wicked, everyone's so cool. The crew are so hardworking, everyone's great, and I think the benefit as well, because obviously it is a local project, it's from around the West Midlands, there's a real sense of, I think, community. Like everyone kind of like lives in the same circle, everyone kind of knows each other, so everyone's friends. We're like a big family making a scary film together. It's very nice, very fun.
Right, well, I'm making the most of the House of Screaming Death's hospitality, but who have we got here then? Tell me who you are and the character you're playing in the film.
My name's Michelle Cox and I'm playing Abigail Williams.
Now, this is not the first time you've worked with this crew, is it? Did I see you in Checking In?
That's right, yes, I was. I played Sally in the second story and I actually got to sing in that one as well, which was quite cool.
Did you get to sing in this one?
I haven't, I was really disappointed. I did offer to do the title credits or something, but no.
So tell us a bit, without giving away too many secrets then, about the character you're playing in this.
I play one of the cousins of Lily, so there's Lily and Sophia, and I play their cousin. And we grew up together and we were quite close, and then something happened to a guy that we used to hang around with, and that kind of comes out in our story, and yeah, gets a bit creepy.
And you've got a little bit, you filmed most of your material already then?
Yeah, we did a lot of it on Monday, and then we've got just a couple more scenes to do today.
How much of this sort of thing do you do?
Acting? As much as I can, really. I've actually written a musical, so I'm in the process of casting that at the moment and trying to get that on stage and sorting it out. So yeah, this is kind of just another thing to add to my repertoire at the moment, so yeah, it's good.
What sort of musical?
It's one of those hard-hitting ones. It's quite emotional, and we're touching on the untold stories of bullying, so it's quite it's quite serious, and but hopefully it's going to have a lot of impact on people. It's one of those that people are going to go away and go, I didn't think about that actually. So that's what we're looking for.
And if you've got to sell this film to the potential audience, what sort of movie do you think it's going to be from what's shaping up then?
It's very creepy from what I've seen. It's very well planned, this film. I think it's very clever. So there's a couple of surprises in there for people. So yeah, if you're a horror fan of any kind, this is definitely going to be one to have a look at.
Creaky floorboards, things that go bump in the night, shadows,
Absolutely.
lots of that.
And we've had that on set as well. That's the weird thing. They've been picking up.
I mean, this is one of the most haunted houses in the West Midlands.
It is, yeah. So they've been picking up a couple of footsteps and creepy voices and things. So yeah, it's getting a bit weird when the lights go down.
Have you seen or heard anything?
I haven't, no. A couple of the sound guys said they've picked up some weird things, but no, I haven't myself.
I'm quite happy to keep it that way.
Absolutely, yes.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Now, I'm told we're joined now by the dynamic duo of the production. Is it fair to say you spend more of your time the other side of the camera rather than this side? Tell us who you are then and what you do on the film.
I'm LJ Stark Greenwood and I'm a production designer.
I'm Parminder and I'm props and production assistant. I'm also going to be doing lighting and second assistant camera and some other roles later on.
So multitaskers then a little bit, are you?
Pretty much, yeah.
And are you both local people?
I'm from Winnall. It's about 15-minute drive from the manor house where the main shoot is, so yeah.
Yeah, I live over in Wolverhampton.
So what's it been like actually trying to work practically behind the scenes on a set like this amazing house? I mean, what sort of challenges does it present?
Lots and lots of challenges really, because it being such an old building, we have to be incredibly careful about not damaging any of the building, and at the same time, because it's set in this film is set in so many different eras, we have to make sure that each room and so on fits with the era that it's supposed to be in. So there's a lot of like fire escape signs
radiators and
so
stuff.
on, radiators,
And
and we have to hide them.
From a props point of view, changing from one time period to the next keeps you on your toes, I imagine, doesn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. It's been a challenge, some of them, because they're really old, so you can't have radiators, wires, plug sockets. We have to cover everything and make it look as old as possible, but it's been fun. I've been really enjoying it.
Join us after the break for more news, views and interviews from the cast and crew of the House of Screaming Death.
we'd had it cornered. The thing, the devil that had been terrorising our village and people for as long as I can remember now. Finally, we'd been given a chance to stop it, to have our revenge for all our loved ones it had taken away from us. But we underestimated it. It may have been weak, not at full strength. We did not know, but we were still no match. And despite our knives, weapons, our unified strength as a group, even our prayers, it still managed to cut us down, one by one, leaving me as the only one left alive, but not by much. And when all I had left was to see God, to wait for my time to enter the Lord's kingdom, this devil had one last torment to hand to me. Whatever inhuman powers it had. Made, nay, forced me to take my own knife and plunge it into myself. I had committed suicide. I had sinned. I would now never make it into God's kingdom. That was its revenge for me. This is where I died. While my murderer, this vampire, still walks these lands.
Welcome back to Brummywood, Yammywood. We're on location this week at the Manor House in West Bromwich, where the House of Screaming Death is being filmed by a local production company. We've met quite a few of the cast and crew in the first half. Let's get straight down to the action and find out what's going on now. Right, well, we're deep inside the House of Screaming Death here now. Then tell us about what we've got here. Where are we?
Well, this is the dining room, which was used in the second story in the film, The Witch in the Mirror.
I know you're in the fourth story, aren't
Yeah,
you?
that's
So
right.
Tell us who you are and the character you're playing.
Well, I am currently filming in the Diabolique story, which I'm playing the role, which I can't really talk about my role at the moment. It's under wraps.
Have you filmed most of your parts yet, or have you just got started?
Well, I haven't filmed any of my parts yet at the
Right,
moment.
so rehearsals going all right?
Yeah, rehearsals
Good
going
news.
fine, yeah.
And tell us a bit about you. Who are you and where are you from and what sort of things have you done before?
All right, well, my name is James Bradley. I've been interested in acting since I was a child, but I've only taken it up professionally for a couple of years now. I started off doing scare acting. Basically, scare acting is, have you ever been to an attraction, say Blackpool, and it's a haunted house and people jump out at you?
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. So I've done parts in scare attractions, which involved quite a lot of prosthetic makeup wearing, and I think that's really built up my personality for the role I'm currently playing in this film.
But your auditions for scare acting are quite interesting, aren't they?
Yeah, well, really does wear out your voice. So I think my voice is going now.
And are you a local boy? Are you from around these parts?
Yeah, I live in Oldbury, which is just outside of Birmingham, and I attended local schools, which my drama teacher from the school really built up my personality and my my strengths within acting.
Everybody has their demons, those dark entities that dwell within us all. I have seen these unholy, wretched things all too often. Every time I close my eyes, I used to wonder, why me? But then I realized I can either live with it or I can face them.
Now they tell me that you're a real horror movie aficionado, so you must be loving this. Tell us a bit about you. Who are you and the character you're playing?
My name is Cameron. I play a solicitor's assistant in the segment The Witch in the Mirror. And yes, I love the genre. I love Hammer films and the Amicus Studio films.
Yeah. So
I think it's just
Christopher Lee and Peter
Christopher Lee and Peter
Cushing,
Cushing, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, preparing for this, I just spent my time watching Dracula, Hands of the Ripper, Twins of Evil, everything.
So does this mean you're not a nice man then in this film?
I think I'm kind of conflicted. I know that something terrible is happening, but I'm not in a position to do anything about it. So I'm sort of quite nervous and twitchy.
How much filming have you done before?
A lot. I've been filming for. I've been an actor for about 4 or 5 years. So it started from being an extra, and then sort of got speaking parts.
And where are you from? Do you live locally?
I do. I live in Birmingham, Moseley.
So how far have you travelled to act then? Is it?
Not far at all. It's just a train ride away, so it's easy to get to.
And do you find is this a good place to be for budding actors? This sort of
I think it is. There's so much going on. I think in the Midlands, filmmaking wise, there's always someone touting a film or shooting. They're always looking for actors, extras everywhere. I think, which is really, and you got the TV show like Doctors that film here as well.
It's not quite got the same sort of Hammer horror feel to
no,
Doctors, has it?
I could sort of try and do something there.
Exactly. So is this the first horror film you've done?
I did one of my earliest ones was I did a zombie film. I think everyone does to begin with.
There's a lot of zombie films being shot
there
at
is,
the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, they're so popular. But I played a zombie in one. I think it's called Night Crawlers or something like that. But I played a zombie in that. So
you're a bit more sartorially elegant in this one.
I am in that one. I had all this makeup on, really terrible makeup. And it's funny because at the end of it was good makeup, but it made me look terrible. But at the end of the day, I washed it off, and I got home and I hadn't washed it off completely. And my girlfriend genuinely thought I was ill. She said, "What's happened to you?" When I was at the bottom of the stairs. Then I realised when she saw me, I had these huge bags under my eyes, like really dark.
That's a tribute to the makeup team.
Exactly, yeah. So it was so convincing. It
seems to me though, we're filming a horror, but everybody's having so much fun on set in between takes.
I love it. It's great. The cast and the crew are just hilarious. Yeah, really, really funny.
Work hard, play hard, is it?
Yeah, it's just a nice atmosphere, and because everyone loves the genre as well, everyone knows what to expect or what you want.
So you get into fairly deep offset discussions, do you, about the merits of...
Just now, actually, yeah, we were talking about Peter Cushing and Peter Cushing's mannerisms, and which I try to sort of emulate, because he always stands there and sort of does this when he talks in anything. If you see him in Star Wars, he's standing there doing this. When he's chatting to Darth Vader, he's like this.
There's got to be a bit more to it than that, though, isn't there? There's got
Oh,
to be.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'm going to look out for that though now. Well, as the sun starts to set on the spooky manor house here in West Bromwich, I'm out of here. The House of Screaming Death will be coming to a screen near you sometime over the next 2 or 3 months. That's it from Brummywood, Yammywood on location. We'll see you again next week.